You can't change me. Today I find you like a manhunter.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst CGI effects on TV.
I've come for something else.
You ordered the dead by fighting, and you are not done fighting.
I know I called you a murderer, but you are not.
For this list, we'll be looking at the lowest points of computerized special effects shown on television. We'll be sticking to only episodic shows, so terrible effects from TV movies like The Langoliers won't be included. What's the worst CGI you've seen on TV? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Lazarus, Doctor Who. For a show that's been on as long as Doctor Who, you'd think that the special effects would have improved over the years.
This is it.
Yeah.
Sure, if you compare the likes of the original back in the 20th century to what we have now, there's certainly been improvement.
But you're looking pretty good for your age.
Thank you.
Yet, even still, the show has tended to lean on the cheese a bit when it comes to CGI. One notable example comes in Season 3's The Lazarus Experiment.
He's changed again. Keep moving, we've got to lead him up.
In a Fountain of Youth experiment gone wrong, Professor Richard Lazarus turns into some kind of creature. Looking more like something out of Doom, it completely kills the episode, making us wonder what they were trying to do here.
I can see a pattern developing. You should take more care in the future and the past.
Number 9. The Submarine, Lost. For shows that air on broadcast TV, the budgets and timeline for special effects are often slim.
I'm starting to think John Locke is going to be trouble.
Producing upwards of 24 episodes a year is costly, so CGI is often left to more cost-saving production houses. Such was the case with ABC's Lost. Things like the smoke monster or even some of the polar bears weren't always great, but viewers could tolerate it. One particularly poor showing of special effects was the departure of the Dharma Initiative Submarine. Clearly done on a shoestring budget, the sub looks like something out of a bad 1990s video game. The contrast of the clearly fake CGI against the very real jungle background makes it stand out for all the wrong reasons.
If we can do what Faraday said, our plane never crashes.
Number 8. The Deer, The Walking Dead. Often, as a show stays on the air longer, the budgets get bigger and allow for better effects.
Guns like that, that's why we're out here.
So with plenty of zombies and more than its fair share of fights, there's no doubt that much of the money spent on The Walking Dead goes towards locations and makeup. The lack of effort put into its CGI was on full display in Season 7's Say Yes.
I haven't been sleeping. Thinking about what we lost.
As Rick climbs up a fallen Ferris wheel, he's got his sights set on a deer. The only problem is that it looks like it was literally copied and pasted from somewhere else. The detail is way off, and the fur looks like a smudged pencil crayon. Rick may have spared it, but we weren't so lucky.
You all right? Need a moment.
Number 7. The Leviathans, Supernatural. For any show that wants to depict various types of supernatural entities, there's going to be a combination of both makeup and CGI. With the latter, it can be hit and miss.
What makes you think I can do that?
You told me.
Such was the case for the Supernatural Season 7 baddies, the Leviathans. It's hard to take these villains seriously after they open their mouths. Instead of being frightened, we can't help but chuckle at the low-grade special effects being used to try and convince us they're real.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
Even at this point in the show, they should have had enough money to spring for something a little more convincing.
You know what, Dean? I can't. Well, you can't what? I can't talk to you right now.
Number 6. The Deersucker, Smallville. Special effects have come a long way over the years, but there seems to be one thing they can't quite get right: eating.
From now on, no more food. Just this.
When Amy Adams guest starred in Season 1 of Smallville, we were subjected to a really terrible moment when her character Jody stretches her jaw and bites into a deer. Even with the effects of 2001, it still looks laughable. Sure, we know it's TV, but what should be somewhat scary is more like a joke gone bad. We're reminded of the guinea pig moment in 1983's V. You know, back in the early days of CGI.
Well, you all right?
I'm just a little hungry.
Number 5. Crowdfire. Spartacus. It's expensive enough trying to deliver a period piece in episodic television.
Yet another disappointment.
With all the costumes, set pieces, and practical effects required, it leaves very little room for high-quality CGI. During Season 2's Libertas episode, Spartacus gives us a fabulous battle scene in the arena which ultimately is undermined by the atrocious CGI. Sure, close-ups are clearly real, but watching the crowd give way to the fire from a distance immediately suspends any belief in what you're seeing. They try to cover this up by cutting to and from closer reaction shots, but every time you see the wide crowd and burning seats, all you can do is shake your head at how fake it looks.
Spartacus once again makes fool of you. Your days in the Senate have found their end.
Number 4. Flash and Fuerza's fight against Psych. The Flash. All cards on the table, the Arrowverse has been iffy over the years with their use of CGI.
Oh, Dion. Past, present, or future, you can't run from me.
The Flash in particular has had some pretty bad moments. Team Flash's use of Firestorm in Season 2 was pretty awful, but our pick for the show's worst effects comes in mid-Season 7.
Bashir, listen. Iris and I know what your parents did to you, but you can't keep punishing the world for it.
Actually, yes, I can.
Suspended midair by Psych, Barry looks more like a stick figure than the Flash. Then to add insult to injury, we get their version of Fuerza, who looks more like a badly drawn Hulk with purple tights and long hair. Sure, it's TV CGI, but even still, there's no way this friend of the Flash looks even remotely realistic.
I said, I don't want to do this.
Number 3. The Dragons. Once Upon a Time. Fun fact, Once Upon a Time and Game of Thrones both debuted in 2011. Any guesses as to which show had the better CGI for its dragons? Given that the latter had less than half the total episodes of the former, it's easy to see where the money went.
I'm nothing more than a best-selling writer with legions of fans and a penthouse over Central Park.
Since Once Upon a Time averaged about 22 episodes a season, it didn't leave a lot of money left for great special effects. One of the most notable shortcomings came in Season 4 when Lily is seen as a dragon. The shot doesn't last very long, but the graphics are so bad, it's impossible to suspend any kind of disbelief looking at that cartoonish figure. Number 2. The Dinosaurs. Terra Nova. When Steven Spielberg gave us Jurassic Park all the way back in 1993, he essentially wrote the book on what dinosaurs should look like when depicted on screen.
We're gonna make a fortune with this place.
Ever since then, any prehistoric creature shown to audiences has always been compared to that movie. So when Terra Nova came out on Fox, audiences were sorely disappointed by what they saw.
Good morning, Josh.
Need to talk to you for a sec about our arrangement.
Although the show did gain some praise for its effects, watching it now is cringeworthy. Not only do they look awful, but when contrasted against any of the characters, it's pretty clear the actors are playing to a tennis ball and were never really in any peril.
I thought you said the stinkleads would work!
They're not 100%. They're not. Use your feet.
I'm trying!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Medusa's Hair. Inhumans. Originally slated to be a full movie, Inhumans landed a short-run series on ABC back in 2017.
You're one of us.
What are we?
We are Inhumans.
It was torn apart by the critics for the dull characters, flat story, and laughable special effects. One particular aspect of the CGI that irritated both viewers and critics was that of Medusa's hair in the first episode. Whether she's trying to hide Black Bolt's alarm or strangling someone, it all looked so incredibly fake.
We should at least try.
Never.
It may have been passable if the entire character was computer generated, but given that there's an actual actor in these scenes, it just makes the effects unbearable to watch.
You've given me no choice. This is your fault.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.